Nation to change, get in the booth to give you the messages that's been channeling right through me. No, I'm not Jesus, although my spirit is great. I'm eating my food without a plate, escaping this place through my meditations. New life begun when I reloaded the gun and realized where I was from was not too far from the sun, like somewhere close by the moon. Now I'm connected like Zoom. On walks of life that ever lived, call me like out of the blue. So I just pass it to you, right through your speakers with clues. And if you choose to free your mind, then you will have all the tools. But I can't make you take it and shake it and mentally break yourself out. Cause freeing your mind without a doubt is something you have to try out. But once you see the light, your might, and all the power you've had, then you have reached the fifth dimension and you can brighten your path. But others who choose to follow the red pills, it's harder to swallow. Or you can wallow in your sorrows, feeling all empty and hollow. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you, to you.
Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How everybody doing on this beautiful day? Yeah, we're here for some dissection. I know y'all see the title, Omaha Mayor Gene Stothart saves a city worker with a letter. It was a whole letter she saved him with. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and dive right in. This is David right here, the baby. He was crying, so the mayor had to come save him. So we back at city council, actually. We at city council with this one. And first, I want to give a shout out to River Country News Channel. You know, they did their own article about it. And they made sure to remind us of where we are. News Channel Nebraska, River Country. I got that wrong. River Country News Channel Nebraska said the mayor's letter sparks political fireworks at Omaha City Council. And they said that Juanita Johnson is the only black on the Omaha City Council. The only black. It's 2024 and people still posting the only black. She can't be a sister. She can't be an African-American woman. Juanita Johnson is the only black on Omaha City Council. Thanks for reminding us that we are in Nebraska, home of the corn, land of the rednecks, home of the Cornhuskers, who actually almost had their first black head coach in Nebraska history. So just remember that while we going through this, almost had their first head black coach. Almost didn't happen. So yeah, what is going on is you know, when you talk about this brother Donald Trump, he always talked about fake news. And people knocked it and said, oh, no, it's just him not wanting people to tell stuff about him. But it's real. It's fake news is real. And in this instant here, where the mayor sent this letter to city council to say she don't want people meeting up with Juanita Johnson, who is running District 2, because of the way that she's treating them. And so she came in like the mom, stepped over Pete, you know, and basically felt like, I guess Pete can't do his job, so the mayor got to come in and tell them that they don't have to show up in the meeting. And they ran some clip on the news. And the reason why I brought up Donald Trump and fake news is because when you watch the clip, it doesn't tell the full story. What the clip does is only tell a partial story. And so what I want to do is show y'all the clip from the news, and then I want to show you the actual footage. Okay. So let me remove myself and make this a solo layout. And I'm gonna play this for y'all real quick, okay? And then I'll be right back on here. First, let me make sure this is oh man, this is funny, man. Oh man, these people. I love when they give me some material to use, because you know I haven't been doing my stand-up comedy lately, and so I can go to city council or pay attention to what's going on in this town, and it's all such a joke that I can get my stand-up done doing this. So here we go. Okay, give me a second. Let me tune this up for y'all. Oh, dang.
Frustration and anger from Omaha's mayor about the behavior of a city councilwoman. So much so, the mayor orders city staff to quit attending meetings when Juanita Johnson is present.
The councilwoman responds with her own letter, arguing she is the one being disrespected. Brian Mastry joins us live with reaction from both sides, including Councilmember Johnson.
Aaron, John, the last few council meetings have been odd to say the least. Mayor Stothart penned this letter recently saying that Juanita Johnson, the council member there, has raised the level of hostility towards city staff, so much so that she writes that she needs to protect them from the councilwoman's abusive treatment. I caught up with Councilman Johnson just a little bit ago to get her take.
Brian, that's a woman. Councilwoman Johnson, Brian.
Mayor Gene Stothart points to this exchange last week at the February 6th public meeting as the final straw. Councilmember Juanita Johnson is addressing the city's planning director.
Are we not answering questions today, Mr. Fanslau?
No, that's the first time you called on me, so I'll answer your question for you.
Oh,
The rezoning went in front of planning board first Wednesday in December of last year.
1st of December of last year,
First Wednesday of December of last year.
meaning 2023?
That would be last year, yes.
Thank you, smartass.
Everything seemed
Okay. She said, thank you, smartass. Okay. So this is exactly what Trump be talking about with the government using the media to portray its own narrative. Okay. So now let's go to the actual video. 10 seconds, 20 seconds before that exchange of what actually happened. Okay, here we go.
Hello, Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Question, point of information. When was the first meeting held for this change?
Okay, so right there you see she asked a question to the planning department, and he's sitting there. There's going to be an awkward silence. Watch this. Look at Pete. Even Pete know he's talking. She's talking to him. Look at his head. He's looking at Dave. Dave, why are you not responding to Juanita? That's his look, right? So let's continue.
Let me check with the planning department representative.
He's stuttering. Let me check with the planning department representative. Pete trying his best. Poor Pete. Look at Pete. He trying.
But I'm not sure I see the applicant here and are ready to
Stuttering.
questions.
Now look at him. He looking again at the planning department. He looking at Dave. Still wondering why Dave hasn't answered Juanita. Okay? Let's be for real. We talking truth, not some fake news shit. Okay? Look.
Are we not?
So even the guy in the gray right here next to Dave is looking at him like, why are you not answering Juanita?
Not answering questions today, Mr.
And then you know how the exchange go from there. Okay. All right. So who was really being the smart ass and who was really disrespecting who? You're being disrespectful by not answering the questions that she's asking you. you didn't respect her as a city council woman. And so there's been numerous times that this has happened. Okay. Now, I'm not here to sit up here and say, oh, Juanita this, and I'm defending Juanita like some savior. This is not about that. I know that she has been a wax maker for some time. Okay. So we're not trying to excuse nothing that she does. But what I'm pointing out is the ability for this mayor to use the media to push a false narrative to give her an excuse to overstep her boundaries with Pete. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about Pete. Pete is a big boy. Okay. Pete can handle his counsel because Pete, see in this picture right here with Pete, there go my cousin Karen Wells. That's my car in the back. And there go Don Rowe about to slobber over Pete's shoulder. Okay. Pete is there because we had a congressional record signed by Don Bacon, and he showed up to honor my cousin Lillian, who lost her life in the war shielding another soldier. And she was presented with that congressional record. Don Bacon spoke her name into Congress. And so he showed up. And when he showed up, he seen my cousin Karen. Now, if you look on her shoulder, this is a picture of her son, Amir, a tattoo of her son, Amir. Amir was killed by the police in 2022. So she's the definition of an angry black woman. Look at Pete smiling. He ain't scared, is he? Pete went to Central High School, y'all. Pete know how to handle black women. Pete don't need the mayor's assistance to write a letter to save Dave. He didn't need that, okay? I think Pete can handle himself. But the problem is you got a mayor who thinks that, first of all, you're responsible for the whole city. So you need to focus on what's going on in the city. See, here's my picture of Mean Gene. This is Gene Stothart with Gene Okerlund's face on it from WWE, WWF back then. Yeah, Gene Okerlund. So this is Mean Gene right here. This is when she turned mean because she overstepping her boundaries. But what I'm here to talk about today is this is nothing new. It's not new. He said, you're muted. No, I'm not muted. Am I muted? You can't hear me? She said, you're muted. Let me see if I'm muted. Whoo! You can't hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear me. I think your stuff might be muted. Dia, you on YouTube? I can hear myself on my phone. So anyway, I'm looking at this picture. This is Mean Gene. And so the point I'm getting to is she's done this before. Now, if y'all can recall, when Ben Gray first lost city council, it was not expected. He lost to Juanita after 12 years of Ben Gray, right? And you would think after 12 years of Ben Gray that the mayor would understand when the people is ready for a change, but no, she has her pet in city council. This was her pet, Ben Gray. That was her pet dog, and that was her pet. That's who she wanted to have there. And when he lost city council to Juanita, what did she do? She doubled back and tried to place him in the land bank as a representative of District 2. And again, the people had to come out and say, we do not want Ben Gray as a representative for District 2. That's just what we didn't want. And so she was not too happy with that. And so what she did is, instead of going to the community and listening to what we wanted and pick from the people that we wanted, she decided to pick from the normal pool of people of Ben Gray's friends that she normally picked from. And she went and she picked she went and she picked Chris Rogers' wife. So, and they're all a part of the same people. Okay, here you go. Check this out.
To listen to their recommendations. Ben Gray's appointment to the Omaha Land Bank falls short by 1 vote.
I'm not sure that I understand what the reasons are for not supporting me.
In the past 2 weeks, the City Council heard from longtime North Omaha residents like Cheryl Weston, one of many who opposed Gray's appointment.
Just because you were on the City Council for 12 years does not make you uniquely qualified.
She wants Mayor Jean Stothart to meet with Councilmember Juanita Johnson and consider her picks for candidates.
The land bank needs a regrouping completely, but at least if we have some representation on there, we can have input.
Not long after the council's vote, the mayor's office sent this statement saying she thinks Gray remains the best candidate.
This is an organization that I did the work to create. The question about whether I'm qualified or not is a ridiculous argument.
The nonprofit buys vacant land.
Okay, so we don't need to keep going because she still, like I said, she felt like Ben Gray was the #1 person, right? And so instead of listening to the community again, she uses her mayor powers to go and turn around and pick from somebody who we wasn't even considering because they're all a part of this same group. And Dia, I don't know why you can't hear. And there's nobody picking on her. When you are in a public position, then this is the kind of stuff that you have to deal with. Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, that's part of it. Okay. That's part of the disrespect for North Omaha. Again, this is not just about Juanita. This is about her overstepping her boundaries, right? So now let's get into one other thing, okay? We're talking about this issue with the mayor, and there was a girl, a black woman in North Omaha who was elbowed by the fire union president, Steve LeClaire, okay? And when she got elbowed, she called to report it. The mayor desk ended up getting the complaint. And what did the mayor do? Instead of filing the complaint the necessary way, and I'm going to show you this. Check this out. This is Mr. LeClaire, a video of Mr. LeClaire. But see, there he go right here in this white hat. And the sister's over here. And he elbowed her in the back. Look, see that? He elbowed her. And then said white power in her ear, okay? So instead of the mayor taking this and running to the correct authorities, what she did was took it to the media. And in the media, of course, LeClaire was executed in the media. And he should have been found guilty of more than just a misdemeanor, but he was only found guilty of a misdemeanor. And then he was able to get his job back because the mayor's personal vendetta with him cost the case. Because what the arbitration said is, and I'm going to pull it back up so y'all can see because this ain't my words, right? Union attorney John Corrigan questioned the motives of the city for the firing. The arbitrator wrote, the mayor seemed not to remember any specific disagreements between her and the grievant during the testimony, but the records show they existed. There was 10 years of animosity between these two people. And yeah, based on that, Steve LeClaire was targeted. Okay? So if she had handled this correctly, maybe the girl who actually was the victim would have got some type of compensation, some type of apology, something. It didn't happen because she used her personal problem with LeClaire and broadcasted it. And the arbitration said, since she did that, that's why he was able to get his job back. And he's still the president to this day. Okay. So again, when we talk about fake news and using the media to create fake stories, this is not nothing new, not just with the mayor, but in the United States, period, when it comes to anybody that goes against the government or black people, right? And when you talk about false narratives, look at this hat I'm wearing, actually. Let's even something this simple. Look at this hat. This is an 88 tactical hat. And you know what they say about them? They're Nazis. Don't mess with them. They're Nazis. But I'm a member now. Not only am I a member and I got this free hat, I go there and they teach me and practice with me on how to shoot. Me, my wife, and daughter, we shoot at 88 tactical. But if I listen to the media, they would lead me to believe that a black man has no right to be at 88 tactical. But the thing is this, I'm a different type of black man. You know why? Because I believe in people being proud of their skin. So just like if they are Nazis and they believe in white power, I believe in black power. I'm proud to be black, just like they proud to be white. And I don't have no issue with somebody that's proud to be black, proud to be white, proud to be Hispanic. That's your thing. But don't think your skin color is what's going to make you superior over me, because then that's when we'll have a problem. Because superiority is not judged by no skin color. Okay? And so what I want y'all to know is, historically, the abuse of power with government officials is it's a high. And Donald Trump, even though he got his things about him, the brother ain't lying when he say that the government used the media to try to push narratives. And here we go with another narrative that Juanita Johnson is so bad that she got to write a letter and come in and save Dave. This is her saving Dave. I love this picture. So she got to come in and save Dave from the big bad black woman who's been continuously disrespected in that position. But since she's so used to having her pet down there, then she can't understand. I can't believe this woman is challenging me. How dare you, black woman, say anything? Or how dare you challenge the white authority that's set up in Nebraska, right? Because we got to remember, we in Nebraska. We in Nebraska. You see what they said? Juanita Johnson is the only black on Omaha City Council. Who would say some shit like that? Only somebody in Nebraska. The only black. She the only black here. The only black. Come on, man. What are we talking about? So let's not get confused of where we're going and what's going on here. And yeah, some of it, the content is funny because I'm a comedian too, but it's sad that we cannot see, or the community is not seeing, the games that's being played with black leadership in Nebraska, with the black community in Nebraska, the Omaha, the fact that North Omaha is the only district that don't have a business district. Everybody else can go to their district, Dundee, Blackstone, Old Market. Everybody can go to their district and walk up and down the street with their date and have a good time. Our district that's labeled 24th Street Business District, there's nothing you can do down there at all. Every building that's there is not occupied or is closed. And you got maybe Saranda and Get and Go and a couple of other businesses down there, but that's it. It's nothing like these other districts. Why? Because it's all systematically done on purpose. Because black people is the number one consumer that spends the dollars. Why let them spend their dollars with themselves? We want them to go spend and make every other district rich. So keep their district out of the business side. And whenever I want to go on a date, then I need to take my wife to Dundee or downtown so we can walk around, or even South Omaha, and leave feeling like I just left Little Mexico. Because there's no way we will have black people having self-sufficient abilities and being able to have their own dollars circulating. We can't have that. Since 1969, we can't have that, right? So let's not pretend that we don't see what this is. I will be doing another live this week. I just had to jump on and do this one real quick because the live that I'm doing later is going to be about Mr. Blake, who's still missing. OHA, Lamariante Swift, and how the Omaha Police Officer Association and the Sheriff Department used his image, a 16-year-old that got murdered. They used his image to make a political statement against Mary Ann. Oh, we're going to dissect all that. But what we need is anybody in the community that has a voice, that's not afraid, because there's no fear, right? You can't be afraid to speak on the truth. Why is the truth looked at as being mean or stirring the pot or causing trouble? It's just the truth. And the truth is, in this situation, the mayor and the news used a partial clip to paint Juanita as this bad person for cussing out Dave when Dave clearly was being an asshole and being disrespectful and not answering her question. And that's a tip of the iceberg to the things that I've seen personally as city council. And if you ask some of these news people, they've seen it too. Actually, there's a time where I had to address Brinker Harding for talking crazy to Juanita one time when I was there. Okay? So let's be for real. Let's be honest with ourselves and understand what we up against. It's more than just about Juanita. This is about the Black community and the way that it's treated. This is about government officials overstepping their boundaries and using the local media to paint false narratives. Okay? All right. I'm out of here. Peace and hair grease. It's been almost 30 minutes, and I'm going to jump off here. I love y'all. I will be talking to y'all soon, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.